Historically, the United States has been known for the presence of several famous gangs that have carried out various criminal activities throughout the ages. Here are some of the most famous gangs in U.S. history. James Younger Gang. It was considered one of the most famous gangs of the 19th century. Jesse James and Cole Younger were the leaders of this gang, which was famous for bank and train robberies. The most famous faction gang, it was founded in the 1920s and was run by many famous figures such as Al Capone and Meyer Lansky. It was famous for its criminal activities such as cabaret, gambling and smuggling. Al Capone Gang. It was one of the most prominent gangs in Chicago during the 1920s and 1930s. It was led by many well-known figures such as Al Capone, Johnny Torrio, and John Dillinger. The gang was involved in many crimes such as bank robbery and alcohol smuggling during the Prohibition period. The Irish Turks Gang was a criminal gang founded in New York City during the late 19th century. It was distinguished by its composition of many Irish individuals who were professing Catholics. Chicago Mafia. It was one of the largest gangs in the United States, and was linked to organized crime in Chicago during the 20th century. It was run by figures such as Al Capone, Sam Giancana and Tony Accardo. These are some of the famous gangs in U.S. history, many of which you may have learned about through film, television, literature, and the news. Bonanno Gang. An Italian-American crime gang active in New York during the 1920s and 1930s. She used extortion, smuggling, gambling and drug trafficking as her main source of income. Dungan Gang. A criminal gang established in Chicago during the 20th century, which made its income from smuggling, murder, extortion, and tax evasion. Gambino Gang. It is considered one of the oldest gangs in the United States. It was mainly active in New York during the 20th century, and took extortion, smuggling, gambling, and drug trafficking as its main source of income. Automobile Clives Gang. A criminal gang established in Detroit during the 1920s and 1930s that made its money from bank and store robberies and car theft. Hells Angels Gang. It is considered one of the most famous gangs in the history of Los Angeles. It was active in the 60s and 70s, and used theft, extortion, and drug trafficking as a source of income. These are some other famous gangs in the history of the United States, and they have left their criminal mark in several cities and regions of the country.